behind the scenes with future country rock blues kings and queens. Discover 'em first with Palm Mash TV. Palm Mash TV.
It's Paul Mash TV time again. Thank you so much for joining us. We have a great interview coming up shortly. But don't forget about those subscribe and bell buttons below you there. And anytime you click those, you'll get notifications of any new episodes coming your way. And if you'd like to leave a comment on the comment section, you're welcome to. And check out the description part of this interview. It'll have contact info for you. And contact info for you will be there at the closing credits as well. So I hope you'll stay tuned for that. From Montreal, Canada today, we have Evangelia Blackheart, a really talented artist. She's just starting in the business, and I think you're really going to love this song that we're going to have at the end. So stay tuned for that. But first, we have a quick word from the Kate and Gordon Show and TLC Travel Agency. So don't go away. We'll be right back right after this.
The Caden Gordon Show. Today's best country mix is a 2-hour show playing independent and mainstream country music you know and love. Be sure to check it out at thecadengordonshow.com for more information on the show.
Ever thought about owning your own business? Tanya Lapsley-Cockett did. She decided a little over 5 years ago that she was going to be an entrepreneur, so she started her travel business. Tanya is married and works a full-time job. Her business has given her amazing opportunities. Not only does she get to help people create memories by booking their vacations, sporting and entertainment tickets, rental cars, etc., but it has also allowed her to help other families create legacy income. The travel industry is extremely lucrative and is an $8 trillion industry. The travel industry is projected to earn in excess of $15 trillion over the next 10 years. The travel industry pays its professionals up to 70 to 80% commission on the travel that they book for themselves and their clients. As a travel business owner, Tanya books travel and teaches others how to own and operate their own travel business. She is a director in training on the marketing side of her business, where she has helped over 90 families start their own businesses. If you're interested in owning your own travel business, please contact Tanya at 917-743-1199 or at ladytlc3555@me.com.
Okay, we're back, and with us from Montreal, Canada, we have Evangelia Blackheart with us today. Thanks for joining us, Evangelia.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, no problem. Glad to have you here today. Well, how did it all begin for you? I mean, I know you're fairly new in the music business, but how did it start for you? I mean, have you always wanted to be an artist? Does it go deeper than that? Tell us in your own words. We'd love to hear.
Exactly, yeah. So it's a very typical story. Like, I've always wanted to do this since I was very, very young. I fell in love with heavy metal and rock music when I was 10 years old, and it's not a phase. I'm still incredibly in love with it. And I know that the stage and singing and performing is where I belong. Throughout my teen years, I kind of had like a few mishaps. I kind of lost track of the dream. And then as soon as I hit my 20s, it kind of started to call me back. So I just couldn't resist. I had to dive in it, and this time actually do it, as scary as it can be. So I found a producer, and luckily he's an incredible producer, very, very professional, very transparent, which you need a lot in this industry. And I wrote the first song, and he produced it, and that's how I'm here today, my one and only song.
Well, that's quite a story, and I'm glad you found music, and I'm sure you'll be around for many years doing your thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Well, tell us about some of the artists that you grew up with that really helped influence you to be the artist you are today. We'd love to hear it.
Yeah. So specifically to my music and the style that I'm going for, I would say Deftones, A Perfect Circle, and Chevelle is what perfectly encapsulates what I'm trying to go for. This idea of very heavy music mixed with melodic vocals and very like emotional lyrics as well. So I would say that these three bands are the bands that perfectly capture what I'm trying to put out there as well. In terms of what I've listened to growing up and what has helped me shape the image, the list is just like humongous. But I love Slipknot. Oh my God, I love Pantera, Metallica, all that and everything. They just perfectly, they have that raw, like guitar, just heaviness sound. And I knew that I wanted to do that, but in a more like with a feminine touch, you know what I mean, by adding like vocals that are a little more emotional and this and that. So I'd say these guys have inspired me a lot. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, Pantera and Metallica and all those, they're legendary, obviously.
They're so good. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, what if somebody after watching this, they may want to go out and download your music? Is it all streaming platforms? Do you have an official website, social media? Tell everybody all about that.
Yeah, so everything is on Spotify, it's on iTunes. I also, in all my social media platforms, I have a link. And when you click on it, it'll take you to all the platforms where you can buy it or stream it or everything. Everything is all up there. It's all out there. Yeah.
Okay, so you're on all social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, so forth?
Yeah, so TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Evangelia Blackheart. If you just search for Evangelia Blackheart, you'll see me. I'm there.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll do that with Evangelia Blackheart today. Evangelia Blackheart, sorry. And download her music. I mean, I know she would love you for that, and I know you're really going to love it anyway. So go ahead and do that today. And speaking of your music, Bitter Illness, I do believe is the name of the song.
Yeah.
It's a really good song, too. Is there a story behind it? Is it self-explanatory? Tell everybody about that.
Yeah. So the song is written about, I wrote it about my dad. I lost my dad in 2017. And I guess the only way I could sort of like heal from that, it's kind of just like how I deal with things. I love to write. I love to write. And the song is about him. Yeah, it's basically everything that I was going through at the time. It's all there in the lyrics. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, well, as I said, it is a great song. I know you out there are going to love it too. And we're going to get to that in just a minute or so. But before we do, I just want to thank you again, Evangelia, for being on the show today. Come back anytime you want to plug something new. We'll have you back on sometime.
Thank you so much for having me. Yeah, this was perfect.
Okay, well, no problem. Well, here it is, Bitter Illness by Evangelia Blackheart, and it begins right now.
Somebody